What's up, guys? Pausa here. Let's get ready. Wanna see entertainment? Let's get started. No wasted time. Like that. Like that.
I'm 30 years old. My family moved to the United States when I turned 14. I grew up in Russia, in a town called Kirov. It was big enough to house a full spread of criminal activity, from organized crime to cannibalistic hobos. These few stories are not tied together with anything else other than a cultural connection, and hopefully will give you a small glimpse of the state of Russia during the 90s, right after the collapse of the Soviet Union. When I was very little, we lived in a typical Russian 5-story apartment building in what was considered to be a middle-class neighborhood. It was fairly quiet, with nothing much happening, so us kids could play outside for as long as we wanted to, without adult supervision. I remember a man who lived on the first floor of our building. He was probably in his mid to late 30s, always wearing a dirty wife beater, never a clean shave. Every time, it seemed, when I would walk or ride my bike past his window, he would jump up from his chair and begin to yell and shout as loud as he could at me, swearing, calling me all kinds of names, and threatening me. He would always do this with excessive violent movements and facial expressions. As a 4-year-old boy, I would just stand there in horror, watching him do this crazy, murderous rampage.
Why?
He would fall on his elbows on the windowsill and shake his head feverishly, spitting out curses and death threats at me, with his eyes bulging. He would punch his chest with all of his strength and was almost in tears from his psychotic rage. He would announce his hatred towards me and how much he wanted me dead. I just remember being shocked and would just stand there and let the horror overtake me, leaving the crazy man just staring at me out of his window. One day, the man disappeared. No more insane harassment at the window. Being a kid, I just moved on with my life and didn't think about it for years, until much later I told my parents about him and what he would do to me as a kid. The story that they told me confirmed my suspicions about him. Around one of the last times I ever saw him, a strange occurrence happened in our city. Body parts were found scattered throughout our city, all far from each other. They all belonged to one unfortunate man, whose wife plotted to kill him for the sake of acquiring his apartment and belongings. The woman's brother happened to be the freak living downstairs, who apparently killed the husband and dismembered his body in a tub and discarded the pieces throughout the city, including the head. Everything led to the wife, and it didn't take her long to blame the entire thing on her dear brother, who to this day is sleeping in some dark cell, far away in the cold.
Whoa, that is freaky. That was freaky. It's weird and abrupt, bizarre. I've got no words. It's just weird. Hey, deuces, dude, deuces.